Ardha Salabhasana, half locust, the head. Jane begins by lying on her belly with her legs stretched back. Her arms are by her sides with the palms facing down. Then she begins lifting her back. As we look at Jane's pose, we can see her feet have lifted from the floor as her legs rolled out. Her arms have rolled in, taking her shoulders toward the floor. It looks as if she's trying to lift her chest with her head. Let's have her come down and try again. This time Jane stretches her legs out behind her, keeping her feet close together and her legs rolled in. She presses her hips and thighs into the floor as she stretches her hips to her heels. Then she lifts her chest away from the floor while keeping her feet on the floor. Her arms roll out, pulling her shoulders down and back as her hands stretch toward her feet. Her palms may roll out. Jane pulls back through her toes and fingers as she presses forward with her chest. She wants the arch to continue for the entire length of her spine. As the arch reaches her neck, Jane lifts her head to look straight ahead. To exit, Jane slowly releases the grip in her back and lets herself sink toward the floor. Let's watch Jane's skeleton in Ardha Salabhasana. As we look at her initial pose, we can see her head has arched back, her legs have separated and rolled out, and her feet have lifted from the floor. The inward roll of her arms has limited the lift of her chest. Let's have her come down and try again. As Jane pulls herself up, we can see how this back arch includes her whole spine. She uses her arms to help pull herself up as she presses her feet and hips into the floor. Jane wants to keep her feet close together as her legs roll in and stretch back. She rolls her shoulders down and back away from her ears as she stretches her fingers toward her toes. Her hands may turn out as she rolls her arms out and lifts her head. To exit, Jane slowly releases the muscles in her back and lets herself sink to the floor.